Hi. If you've seen my channel before, you know that I go by Inika, and normally I'm an elf telling stories and just being weird as per usual. But as of late, um, things have took a turn, and I'm kind of changing this channel into pregnancy vlog because I found out that I am pregnant with baby number 5, December 15th. So, yeah, I just kind of want to do a pregnancy vlog. I have an extremely high risk pregnancy, and uh, I prayed, you know, last year that if it was God's will that I have another child, that He protect me and the baby and help us to be okay. Um, Not at all did we expect to get pregnant. We weren't trying. But God has His ways, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Um, it was after Thanksgiving that, you know, I started feeling off, and I started to think, oh, something's different. Um, I knew that since we had, I don't call it an accident because children are not accidents ever. None of my children have been accidents. I call them blessings. Um, but I knew that since we weren't the carefulest that we could have been, the possibility of being pregnant was definitely there. So I started testing way early on, and I got a full blown positive test around the 14th or 15th of December. Um, Before I even missed my period, I just knew. And I kind of just wanted to do a vlog because I'm horrible about diaries and I'm awful about keeping track of things. And this is actually a good way to let my doctor know how I'm feeling week to week. And to kind of just, like, if you're having a pregnancy that you just feel alone, or even trying to conceive, or even a loss, just somewhere you can come and have somebody who understands a little bit. And also, just not feeling alone in pregnancy is huge. Um, right now, as you can see, I'm filming in my youngest child's room, and I am sleeping on a mattress on the floor because my back is killing me. And until my new bed arrives, this is pretty much home for the moment. I'm camping out, and my husband will lay a mattress there, and we will just kind of sleep next to each other to be near each other. And my little girl, of course, sleeps in her bed. But um, the reason that I have a high risk pregnancy is all of my children have been C-section. So, um, yeah, that scars your uterus pretty bad when you have C-sections. And um, I also have had quite a few miscarriages along the way. So it's it's a big deal. It's something that I pray about daily. And you know, being pregnant is such a blessing, but it comes with a lot, especially when you have children. Um, my first pregnancy was twins, and I had just gotten married. I was 19 when I found out I was pregnant, and it turns out that early on at my 12-week scan, um, everything looked normal, everything was good, and something felt off. And I kept saying, there's two. There has to be two. I'm sick. and I just feel it. So we paid an outside source because my husband was in the Navy at the time. And the source basically said, yes, um, you have twins, but one of your twins passed away early on. And you could see the little spine, and it was lower than my daughter. So I'm assuming that's why it didn't make it. I had what is called as vanishing twin syndrome. Um, and that was very hard. That was difficult. But we went on to have a beautiful baby girl, and she is turning 15 next month. So I'm teaching her to drive. Crazy to think. And my second pregnancy, I will just go through the pregnancies that made it to save time. But my second born, I was pregnant in 2011, and I went to the doctor with severe bleeding at 14 weeks. And I thought for sure we were losing him. And it turns out that I had placenta previa and had to be put on bed rest for the remainder of the pregnancy. It was very hard. From 14 weeks until I gave birth, I was on bed rest. And I have such an amazing family, a support system that you would not believe, a husband that would go over the moon for me. So that helped a lot, but he was working out of state at the time, so I was staying with my mom and dad, and my niece and nephew were really young, and they would come over and help me and take care of me while I was pregnant with him, and they would help me with my then 4-year-old daughter. So he came out, and I just knew something was up. I just knew. You could call it a mother's intuition, but I knew that something was different while I was pregnant. Excuse me, heartburn. um, and we found out when he was 2 that he has autism, moderate to severe. So he's 10 now, and he's doing pretty good. He's very sweet and very talented. He makes YouTube videos, and he does the story bots and all of that. And my third pregnancy, my son Nathaniel. The pregnancy was relatively healthy, nothing remarkable about it. It was just a normal pregnancy. My parents came to Alabama, where we lived at the time, to help me out, and they lived with me and took care of the other kids while I rested, because I have had rough pregnancies every time, but with him, it was just, there was nothing wrong. So when I went into labor, we did not expect him to have any trouble. And when he was delivered, he had a grade 3 brain bleed, and it almost killed him. And I know in that moment that God was with us and kind of helping me learn. It's still hard to think about him being in the NICU and going through what he went through. But now he has learning disabilities that I have to help him with. Nothing severe. He just has trouble reading and math, but he is slowly but surely learning. He just requires a lot of extra help in those areas. And my fourth pregnancy, she was the pregnancy was pretty hard, all in all. When I got pregnant with her, I got sick pretty fast, pretty immediate. And around 5 or 6 weeks, I had to go to the hospital with pains, and they said that she was a threatened miscarriage, and I started bleeding pretty heavily, and I was scared. So what I did on the word of a pastor I knew is I took my Bible and I placed it on my stomach and I put myself on bed rest. And from 6 weeks to 14 weeks, I would lay the Bible on my stomach and I would read Psalm 127 every night before bed. And I would pray over my stomach. And she was born a month early. She was small. She was 4 pounds, 15 ounces, but completely healthy. She stayed in the NICU for 1 week. Excuse me. I'm sorry. She stayed in the NICU for 1 week and she came home. And she is completely healthy. She is rambunctious, runs everywhere, and she was to a high-risk pregnancy. And I regret that I didn't take the McKenna shot. The McKenna shot is basically a shot that you take every week while you're pregnant so you don't have preterm labor, because my last 2 pregnancies were preterm. So I am absolutely certain I will be taking the McKenna shot this time. After baby number 5, because before we even got married, we wanted 5 to 6 kids. After we have baby number 5, I'm definitely getting my tubes tied, or they're going to remove the uterus completely. So this is my last pregnancy, and it's important to me that I vlog it and kind of just note how I'm feeling every week. So if my doctor asks, I can go back and say, oh, this is what I'm feeling. And kind of just be there for other moms who are high risk too, or pregnant, or trying to conceive. Those who have had miscarriages. I mean, women should be there for each other. I'm runny nose, I'm sorry. Which is one of my symptoms. And my symptoms so far are ravenous appetite. I've sadly gained 20 pounds since I found out I was pregnant. I'm ravenous. I'm always hungry. The nausea has started to kick in, and I am extremely tired, like the majority of the time. I've had to take a break. I had to go completely off of my anxiety medicine that I normally take. So the last few weeks have been an adjustment. Heartburn, indigestion, a lot of flatulence this pregnancy, probably from all the bad things I'm eating. So I have to start eating some healthier foods. But so far, I think that's all. A little runny nose, a little congestion. I get pregnancy rhinitis, sinusitis, something like that, almost every time. Oh, and acne. I have horrific acne, and that sucks. I thought that I would definitely skip over the acne thing, but oily skin, acne, and like dull hair are huge right now. So we shall see. But yeah, if you're interested in going on this journey with me, I would really love that. And stay blessed.